Welcome to the Goddess Key Podcast, the show that brings you the keys to unlock your true divine essence with spiritual knowledge, tools, information for your enlightenment and transformation. And now with your host, Lasagna, the Goddess.
Peace, good evening. This is Lasagna with the Goddess Key. I hope you all had a fantastic week, and I hope that you had a good full moon. How did you survive with the full moon in Gemini? The last moon of this year, it was in Gemini. I'm a Gemini, Sun Gemini, Aries moon, and Pisces rising. So this particular moon didn't affect me. Actually, I felt a light energy, very peaceful, happy, feeling like I'm moving forward, doing the things that I enjoy doing. So I hope it brings some clarity or anything that needs to be cleared up in your world. So this evening, I wanted to talk about divination tools. And because I had some revelations, or more so the Spirit has revealed to me more about things that, when you're a child, you remember things and you kind of lock them away because your parents didn't have an answer, you didn't have an answer, and these things always stuck with you. So there were some things that was shown to me, and I did a little bit of research. So I wanted to talk about divination tools. And if you're new, or if you don't know what divination tools are, they're basically different tools or ways to connect or communicate with the spiritual world. And it's almost like a telephone or using some type of tool to contact someone. A long time ago, we used mail. It used to be, I forgot what it's called. It used to be Western Union. Western Union used to be a telegram. They would have to, you'd send a telegram and someone would send it all the way across the United States. And then, of course, telephones, and here we are now with cell phones and instant messaging and all different ways to communicate with people. So it's the same way when you're dealing with the spiritual world. So they're just like your parent or friend may have a phone number that's been assigned to them. If you dial that number, it's going to reach them unless they, if it's still the same and they haven't changed it. And you can look at it in that same way where spirit, ancestors, those energies have a certain requirement when you're trying to contact them. It may be herbs. You may have to do a certain ritual to manifest that energy that you're seeking to work with or come in contact with. So you are like the caller or the receiver. You're trying to get a message. The telephone or your cell phone is the divination tool. The energy is the electrical current that is used to send, and of course you're contacting the spirit for the information or for the message. And it's important to know that all information is held in the subconscious, and these are the keys, and these tools are the keys to unlock those messages or unlock the information that you're trying to receive. But we also have to be careful, because we can dial the wrong number, and dialing the wrong number, we are tapping into dark energy or demonic energy, or however you want to slice it. And sometimes those things, well, most of the time they're not what you may be seeking. Some people may be seeking to contact or use dark energy, but I particularly do not. I understand it, and for me, it's something that you shouldn't fear, but it's something that you should respect, because it's always going to be positive and negative, and that energy serves its purpose, and there will always be people who wants to serve that particular energy. So it's like, hey, you into that? Okay, I respect that. That's what you want to do. That's not for me. So just let them be and understand, okay, that's what they do. That's what it is. That's not my slice of tea, or my slice of bread, my cup of tea. So I'm going to go this way and you could go that way. So we have to be mindful that we don't want to open up that door to something that we don't want to deal with or bring into our life that's going to cause more damage than good, or what we're trying to seek, if that's what you want to do. So some of the divination tools I will get into after this short commercial break. Are you looking to have healthy and beautiful skin? The key to healthy skin is at thegoddesskey.com, home of all natural handcrafted bath and body care products, made with the finest oils and butters, like rich shea butter, sunflower oil, which contains antioxidants that help fight free radicals, which accelerates the aging process. Products from the Goddess Key will help balance and moisturize your skin, leaving it soft, beautiful, and healthy. Find the key to healthy skin at thegoddesskey.com. Okay, so we are back from commercial break, and just list some of the divination tools right quick. And these are some that, of course, you may know, some you may not know. And, of course, tarot cards, angel cards, or oracle cards are divination tools. Crystal balls, the dowsing rod, talking board, I Ching coin, cowrie shells, Ouija board, pendulum, and most of the time the pendulum is used with the talking board. There's reading the bones, where in ancient or in African traditional systems they use reading of the bones. You have runes, teacups, reading tea leaves or teas. Then you have the scrying mirror, water, fire, and earth. So with that, you will put water into like a dark or black bowl. Same thing with looking into fire, and or putting dark earthy soil into a bowl, and use it as a form of divination. So I didn't know about this scrying mirror. So this is something I'm going to look further into. It was brought to my attention this week. So that's something that I will be looking more into later on. Now, when I was in my youth, I did fool around with the Ouija board. I would not suggest the Ouija board. A lot of people, use it. That I'm not into with the Ouija board. I do have several decks of tarot cards, and to me that's a process. It's because you really have to learn several amount of cards, and start to hear messages, not just looking at the card. Because what I'm seeing, a lot of people, they'll learn the cards and they'll pull them, oh, this is what this card means, this is what's going on. But when you pull the card, it's more so to kind of help you hear or understand the message better. So that's from my perspective. Other people may feel differently. And but those are just some of the quick tools that you can use if you are into divination, want to learn more about divination. And like at the beginning of 2020, I'm going to do a moon series where we learn more about the moon energy and how we can use that with our femininity, because the moon energy is our emotions, and that is the mother energy, that's the feminine energy. And also go more into understanding some of the different divination tools. So I hope you enjoyed this podcast this evening, and I will see you next week. And look for the weekly affirmation on Monday. So have a fantastic weekend. Peace and blessings.
Thank you for joining me on this week's Goddess Key podcast. Please make sure you visit my website, thegoddesskey.com, where you can subscribe to the show on iTunes, Spotify, and Speaker, so you'll never miss a show. And while you're at it, if you found value in the show, please head over and rate the show on iTunes or Spotify. Also share it via Facebook, Instagram, and all social media platforms.